Oh my goodness gracious, this store had some amazing things. Wait till you see the fabric. Oh my gosh, there was a unicorn in the fabric in this store. And if you have been lamenting about the fact that you can't buy these things because you don't have an Ollie's, pay attention because I've got great news for you too. Oh my gosh, so here we go. Actual yardsticks, those were not meter sticks. And if you're interested in buying a yardstick, I would highly recommend the narrower one that has the metal on the end because they work out much better because they don't get shortened. They had a lot of these paper products, the crepe paper and the filling. So if you need filling to pack up packages that you send out, I mean, that's just a beautiful way to do it because it's nice, it's comfortable, it keeps the things all protected, and it is paper, which means it's completely biodegradable rather than using plastic or bubble wrap or anything like that. And those thank you cards are absolutely beautiful. It would be so much fun to actually just cannibalize them for the sentiments. You get 8 of them in each package, and that's 8 nice foiled sentiments that you can get for, $1. And then you could use the scraps for other things. And here's more examples of those thank you cards. And they have so many different colors on. I love the pink one. Oh, the pink one is so pretty. But they have so many different colors and styles that you could just get 8 thank you sentiments for making your card making or for doing your paper crafting, whatever form your paper crafting takes you in. And it's only $1 for 8 pre-made sentiments, and then you have extra to do. Oh, it's so. Oh, anyway, that's my idea with those thank you cards. Or you could actually use them as thank you cards. Somebody in the store seems to have styled these into little baskets, like things that you could put in there for crafters, and I thought this was cute. The baskets themselves are $2.99, and the items that they put in there are all $1 each because there was a sign over the store, over the dollar table, that said that most of the things on the table were $1. This doesn't, I don't know if this was, I put it down as maybe $1. There are some other ones on the table that are, you'll see them later. There's a whole bunch more different styles of wrapping paper, and you'll see them later. And they could all be $1, but one of them was marked 99 cents. So I'm not sure if they're all $1 or if the other ones have price tags on them. But this store had so much ribbon. Oh my gosh, the actual amount of ribbon and the actual variety of ribbon was just amazing in this store. Oh my goodness gracious, this is just a small portion of the ribbon that was in this store. All right, this is a small portion of the ribbon that was in this store. I just want to reiterate that because wow, this store had a lot of ribbon in it, and it was amazing to see all of these different ribbons and things like that they had. They didn't have a whole lot of stickers, but they did have some very cute ones. And they did have this, which is a polymer clay rollers, a 2 set that are really pretty. And you can see the patterns on them right there. But you get both of them for $1. And that is a really good price for polymer clay pattern rollers. Polymer clay is one of my chosen craft, so I really was excited to see those, but I didn't need them because I've seen them in another store and have already purchased what I needed. And then they had more of these little stickers, and these little stickers are really cool because they feel like they have some dimension to them, and it's really neat to see them because in real life, I mean, it's because they have a little bit of dimension to them, so they're not just flat stickers. They're actually like they're like rounded stickers. It's almost like somebody took a sticker and put embossing powder over the top of it and made a little mound of embossing powder on there. So, and there was you just saw all the rest of the wrapping paper. Sorry, I didn't talk about it while I was showing it because I was talking about the stickers. These are chart pads, and for $5 for a chart pad, that is a really good price if you have any need for those, like for planning or brainstorming or, just playing Pictionary or whatever the games that people play on chart pads. I mean, it was a really good price for that. Earlier, I put the overlay of the sign that said that everything was $1 unless it was marked otherwise. So these items are all $1, and they have a lot of baking supplies and a lot of stuff. And there's really cool things that you can do with these other than just decorate cakes. One of the people in the Chatty Crafty Guild, which is our Facebook group, and it's a really, really supportive, really, really generous group. And the link is in the description if you're interested. But one of the people in the Chatty Crafty Guild said that the packages that have the pieces in them, you can actually put those into drinks and the decorations float. So you could have had those little life rafts or the little life buoys in a drink floating away. I thought that was so cool. I thought that was a great idea. I haven't tried it yet, but I thought it was a great idea. And so I wanted to pass it along to you. In this area of the dollar table, it turns into a little bit more of a dig store because things are piled on top of each other, but it's still very well worth digging through the items because there are some really nice items in these piles. And I showed you one Kaboom mold. I showed you a few other items that you can find there. There's another set of those little drink things. Well, they're actually decorations, but now that I know that you can float them in drinks, that's even better. So I'm just showing you everything that's over here. Amazingly enough, those stickers, those letter stickers that I keep saying science fair project on, although I haven't said that since the second semester started because, science fair project was first semester. But those stickers, those sticker packs on the American Crafts website were originally $13. Oh my gosh. So getting those for $1, if that's something that you need, that is an incredible price. And speaking of the American Crafts website, for those of you that have been lamenting that you can't get these items in your area if you don't have an Ollie's, the American Crafts website, as of the posting of this video, is having a vault sale where they are selling off a lot of the items at nearly the same prices that you can get them in Ollie's, and they will ship them. And it's limited to the United States of America, if I remember correctly. The shipping is limited to the United States of America, but those of you in areas without Ollie's, you can still get the American Crafts stuff, some of it, off of their vault sale on their website. And that's americancrafts.com. And then there's a big banner that says 80% off vault sale or vault sale, something like that. But absolutely, if you've been interested in these Ollie's and you have been lamenting and turning a little bit different shades of green from jealousy from not being able to get this, now's your opportunity. Go to that website, see what you can get, because, oh my goodness gracious, so many of the items on there are so cool. And that's where I found out that those sticker packs are normally $13. So these Ollie's prices are just amazing. So anyway, that was your little bonus for the day for this video. Back to the shop with me, and more ribbon, lots more ribbon. And this store, like I said, this store just had so much ribbon, and all of the offray ribbon is $1. So all of these rolls of ribbon are $1, and they vary from 3 to 5 meters, not meters, 3 to 5 yards of ribbon per roll. And if that's something that you can use, then by all means go for it. I do know that other people have said that it's not enough for their crafts, but it's enough for mine because I use mine for card making. So you do you on whether or not you want to partake of this ribbon sale, but oh my goodness gracious, look at all of the different amazing colors and shapes and sizes and different ombres and patterns and so many different things. Oh my goodness gracious, the ribbon in this store was just incredible. It really was. Thank you so very much to everyone. The video's not over, but thank you so much to everybody who's watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate every person who is subscribed. I appreciate the people who have chosen to become members of this channel. I really do appreciate absolutely everything that you do. Any sort of interaction with my channel, I appreciate, and I thank you. This is the Party City 8.5-mile roll of curling ribbon. They only had the one box of it in the store, and I really don't know what color it was because I didn't pull it out, but that's what that was. $15 for 8.5 miles. It is 15,000 yards of curling ribbon. And the fabric, oh my gosh, here we are with the fabric, and look at these beautiful, beautiful colors. And I'm showing you the ends of it so you can pause it and read what each one of these is, because I don't really know much about fabric. I mean, I know it's sold as bolts, and I know that you do it by the yard, and I know that there's patterns. I know some things about it, but I don't know a whole lot about fabric because I'm not a fabric person. I don't sew, and I'm not a fiber crafter, but look at the amazing variety that this store had. That pink is gorgeous. I mean, that pink was just gorgeous in real life. Oh, it was a beautiful fabric. And this black one right here, and the two of them next to each other would have been just a beautiful whatever you wanted to do with it. In my head, I saw a half and half dress where half of it was pink, and like one side was pink and one side was black, and just, with accoutrements like a yin-yang dress. And there it is. That is that Draper James fabric. That is normally $22 per yard in the store, and now you can buy 10 yards of it for $20 total at these Ollie's. Oh my gosh, that was one of the unicorns of fabric that I found. I didn't buy it because I'm not a craft person. I'm not a fiber person. So there's no reason for me to have it, no matter how good a deal it was. But I left it there. So anybody who has the opportunity to get to this store, oh my gosh, oh my goodness gracious, definitely go to this store and check out that particular roll of fabric, because my goodness, that was an incredible deal. I mean, you're buying 10 yards for the price of less than one. Oh, okay. Anyway, moving on. We're at the pegboards now, and there really wasn't anything really new and unique that I remember from these pegboards. I did point out a few items, but most of these items we've seen in so many other videos. And oh wait, I was wrong. Yes, they do have the double-sided tape. This is that tape roller. You get 21 feet of tape in there for 69 cents. I forgot that they had these in this store. I've seen them in a couple stores now. So if you're looking for these tape rollers, they do have those, so you can get them in a 69 cents for 21 feet on a tape roller. And that is such a good price. Oh my goodness gracious. So I didn't need any more, so I didn't pick up any more of them, I don't believe. But yeah, they were amazing. Oh goodness gracious. But the rest of the pegboards, like I said, they were pretty normal stuff. The usual things, you know, the usual suspects to take a movie title and put it in my video here. But it's still interesting stuff to look at. And if you're interested in any of these items on the pegboards, drop a comment down below and say, I'd really like you to stop on this particular type of item on the pegboards. And I will be more than happy to do that in future videos so that you get more of a look at what is actually in these stores. Moving on to the kits and the acrylic paints and the other thing, the unicorn, and the other items that they had on the shelf. This store was nicely stocked, but not necessarily neatly stocked. It wasn't actually a full dig store, but some of the items, they were one or two, and they were mishmashed here and there on the shelves. So you definitely have to look carefully for what you're looking for in this store, but definitely worth the trip to the store if it's within your wheelhouse and if it's in a close enough range for you to get to it. One of the people in the guild said that whenever they have a relative or someone who's going to Florida or a friend or anything, they tell them what stores to go into and what to buy in those stores when they have people down here, and one of my videos comes up, and I thought that was a cool idea. The canvas was amazing. These are 2 canvases for $10, or maybe it was $8. For the 2 this size, and then in the back of it they've got one larger one that is $10 for one. But that is an incredible price for framed stretched canvases. I can't get over how much these canvases would cost in other stores. If you were to buy a canvas this large in another store, you'd be paying $25-$30 per canvas. But here you can get them for $10. So if there's an Ollie's near you, it's very worth it. If you are a person who uses canvases in your crafts, it's very worth it to go to the Ollie's and see if they have any canvases of the size that you need, because most of them are like $8 or $10 a package, and depending on the size you get different numbers. Like the smaller canvases, you get a lot more canvases for the same $10. Oh, it's so cool. They do have the Kaboom molds, and this one still has the exact same pricing system that just confuses me. All Kaboom molds are $1.99 regardless of size, except for the sphere, the large sphere, which is 74 cents. I don't get it. I really don't get it. And it's consistent from Ollie's to Ollie's to Ollie's. There are so many things that I find at the Ollie's that are inconsistent from one Ollie's to the next, where you can get it for really cheap in one Ollie's and it's much more expensive in another Ollie's. But these Kaboom molds, they have been consistent in every Ollie's that I've been in. $1.99 for any Kaboom mold except for the large sphere, which is 74 cents. Crazy, just absolutely crazy. They did have this beautiful piece of wood, but I didn't highlight a lot of the wood in this store because some of it was covered by others, and I didn't want to make a big mess by everything falling down, or a big noise by everything falling down. So I didn't do that. They did have a lot of really cool stuff as far as this kit, and I thought this kit was really cool. I've seen the half and half kits before, where you have one side that's already done for you, and you either try to match it or you do contrast with it, and I've never seen a ladybug like that. I thought that was the coolest thing. These World Traveler boards, or the World Traveler or the World Map cork boards, they're really cool, and this was neat. I have to say, I might be in the minority here, but I actually really enjoyed the final season of Stranger Things. I thought it was very well done, and I'm really confused as to why there's so much backlash on the final season of Stranger Things. But anyway, I thought that that particular journal was amazing because I really adored the entire series of Stranger Things. And I don't think I could have watched the end of it if I hadn't watched the beginning of it in the before times. But there was some really nice books and journals in this store. And this little gnome book was just the cutest little thing. It has so many different ideas for how to, quote, become a gnome. And we focused on this one for actually quite a while for one of my videos. If you want to fast forward to the end of the gnome book, you can. But so many of the things in this little book were so cute, and I had to share it. So my husband is flipping through it while I'm videotaping it, and it's just a really nice little thing. And gnomes are so popular in so many different form and fashion that that would be a really cool thing to actually put in a display of your gnomes, you know, your Easter gnomes and your Valentine's Day gnomes and your Christmas gnomes, to just put the little book in there so that if you have people visiting, they can pick up the book and thumb through it and see what it has going on. I just thought that was a cute idea. Anyway, so we've got more journals here, and this one's got a nice hardcover to it, and it's got lots of different places to write down things and to help you get decluttered and help you, you know, organize things in your house. And I thought that was an interesting one because I know for one, I could definitely use some decluttering, but other people can probably use it too. And I mean, obviously, other people can, or they wouldn't make the book for it. So there you go. They had this. This I've never seen before. This is something new that I've never seen before, and it's a really cool little kit to create just a tree of everything that's going on around you. Tree of the family. That's the word I'm looking for. Family tree. Sorry, my brain wasn't giving me the word that I was looking for. But to create a family tree, and I do show later exactly what the tree itself looks like inside the box, because somebody had taken a box and opened up and exposed the tree. So there is a video of it. There is an image of it soon. And the other thing, this one, that little book right there where you have the book, the trees, but there's what it looks like. That's what it looks like inside the box. And that is such a neat display. And it's made so that you can push it together so that it becomes three-dimensional instead of laying flat. I thought that was so cool. I really did. And I've never seen that before in any Ollie's. So that was one of the brand new things. They had plenty of vinyl. I wouldn't say they had a ton of vinyl, but they did have some interesting prices on their vinyl, because at one point in time I saw a vinyl roll that was like $1, like that one, and then later in the video I see the same exact roll marked for $2.99 or $1.99. So the pricing wasn't consistent, but since it's the red stickers, if you find the ones that are marked lower and they scan the sticker, you'll get the lower price. So that's just something to look out for. I don't know if they came in at different times and got marked at different times. This was really pretty. This is wall vinyl, and it is in the form of music. So it gives you the notes and the clefs separately. So if you have a particular piece of music that you really like, you can actually put that on your wall, and it can be a reminder of some, you know, beautiful memory from music. Like me, my favorite music, one of my favorite songs is actually something that I use to calm myself without making myself anxious, because I use the chorus for my favorite song as my ringtone for my phone when I don't know who the person is. And instead of getting stressed out because I'm hearing my phone ringing, I just sing along with my favorite song, because I'm not going to answer the phone. My anxiety just absolutely will not let me answer the phone if I don't know who you were. If I didn't know you in the before times, I am never going to answer the phone when you call. That's just the way it is. But instead of hearing ring, ring, ring and sending my anxiety through the roof, I sing along with my favorite song. I get to sing the chorus of my favorite song. And then my phone stops ringing and I go back to whatever it was I was doing. Anyway, the paints that they had in this store were amazing. I really loved a lot of the paint colors. Like that one that I just showed you was just a beautiful chartreuse color. And I absolutely adored it. And I didn't buy any of it because I don't do pouring paint, but I did want to point it out to you, because if you do pouring paint, then that's something that you might be looking for. In my channel, I don't gatekeep. I don't show just the crafts that I do. I show all of the crafts that are available and all of the supplies that are available in Ollie's, and then you get to decide which of them are for you. I don't pick and choose and say this is what I'm going to show and this is what I'm not going to show. I just show everything, because just because I don't do a craft, it doesn't mean that it's not a valid craft. And I really believe that crafts should be available for everybody in the entirety of the world, that some form of crafting should be available and should be around for people to do, because it's such an amazing way to express yourself without having to worry about words and grammar and things like that. You can just use color and light and shadow and express yourself so well using these crafts. Anyway, this was a new type of yarn. I've never seen this type of yarn in any of the Ollie's before, and it was much bigger than the other rolls, and it's a Red Hat brand, so not Red Hat, Red Heart brand. So it came from, I believe that was a Joann's brand, but it was really nice yarn. And I wanted to point it out to you because it's a solid color, which a lot of the stuff that they have now is not solid color, but it was a solid color and it was nice and soft and really pretty. They had other forms of yarn in here too, and some of it was the Bernat yarn. I have never seen that color Bernat yarn before, and I loved it. I thought that was great. Now, there is a sign that I show at some point in time, and I haven't gotten to it yet, that says that the Bernat yarn was $6.99, but the price tags that you're seeing on them actually say $4.99. So they're not, ignore the sign, they're not $6.99. They're actually marked $4.99. So definitely go with the price that they're marked. And then these were marked even cheaper. These were $2.99. And look at that color. Oh my gosh. I have to admit that I did buy one of those because I am going to make pom-poms. There is a Facebook group, and I'm not sponsored by anybody in this video, but there's a Facebook group called Hairy Farm Pit Girls, and they are making hats for all the people in their kids' elementary school, and they sent out an idea that they wanted some pom-poms. So I thought the color was just too great to not give elementary school kids a pom-pom of that color on their hat. So I bought some of those to make some pom-poms and send to them. So that's what that's for. I actually did buy that. And then look at these cool. I know this is not crafting, but I could not pass up these sandals and these slippers. Look how cute they are. Oh my gosh, they are just adorable. And they had the Reese's peanut butter cup ones with the little cups with the hearts on the toes. Oh, I just thought that was so cool. I know it's not crafting. I completely know it's not crafting. And I keep saying, yes, look at the discounted food. This is name brand Chester Cheetah mac and cheese, Kraft mac and cheese for 75% off. And I've never tried it before. I bought one to try. I'm going to see how it is. And, if I don't like it, I paid 32 cents for it. That's fine. If it's something that's terrible and ends up in the garbage, because I've been curious. And now I have the opportunity to try it for 32 cents. And if I don't like it, I'm not going to feel very bad about throwing away 32 cents. I'll feel bad about throwing away the food, but I won't feel bad about throwing away the 32 cents. This is on the way to the checkout lane. And they had these items right by the checkout lane as you were as you had to circle around to get to the line. And so there are a few craft items in the checkout line. So also when you're going up to the checkout lane, look at the little displays that they have, because you might also find some craft items in there. And I found makeup items in there, other things. And this Ollie's has a great sense of humor about their candy. I love these signs. They're just so cute. But that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Cheers and happy crafting.